What's going on, and welcome into your casual gaming news conversation for January 9th. I'm one of your hosts, Nikki Two Shoes, Nikki Ops, and alongside me we got bald
I cannot
Connor
be my
Evans.
intro.
Connor, how's it going, man?
It's going good. Getting back into the swing of things with work after the holiday season. Playing some Persona 3 Portable.
Ooh.
Getting back into the swing of that as well. What a weird feeling coming back to a massive RPG like that, and just plopping yourself right into the middle of it. I was 27 hours into it when I put it down for a while, and coming back into it, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I was doing. But my advice for that situation is to just start and just power your way through 30 minutes, an hour, and then once you get the ball rolling again, it's pretty easy to pick up where you left off. I think I'm officially back, baby.
Nice.
Did find out that I locked myself out of one of the social links. I had to start up the social link on Moon 3. You have one moon every single month, full moon. I am on Moon 8. I was like,
You
missed
the
it
boat.
by a little bit.
Missed the boat there, buddy.
But yeah, it's good to be back. How are you doing?
Doing all right, man. The big news story is Rock Band with me, as you know. I like that this has now been a journey that has transcended so many years of my life. Obviously, storied on the different pieces of content we've made throughout the years of, I gave you my N64, you bought me Rock Band 4, a guitar, and a mic. Great little starter kit. Then we got some birthday and Christmas money in, and then all of a sudden I went and bought the drum set, I bought another guitar, and I had a full Rock Band set. Then move up to Cincinnati, the dongle for the Rock Band PS3 guitar that I had just disappeared. Have no idea where it is. So I have a guitar.
Just like my pants.
What?
Just like my pants.
Oh, it's this apartment, dude.
Yep.
It eats dongles, it eats pants. But yeah, so there's just a Rock Band 3 guitar there that like it just doesn't have a dongle. It's a paperweight at this point. But I have the other guitar, and here's what I've done tonight, Connor. Here's the issue with my apartment. The drums, they're too loud. And it's not they're too loud for my downstairs neighbor. They're just too loud. This room is an echo box, if you don't know. We've recorded here. We have panels on that wall to go and soak up some of the echo, a carpet, two different like moving blankets to just soak up some of the noise. It's too loud. And so when you have probably, I got like about 10 people coming over tonight to play some Rock Band, it's going to be too loud where people have to talk over the just drums in this type of room. So I was like, that's easy. Let's get two guitars. Let's get the mic. When bought a guitar, the guitar just did not work with the PS5. It's a PS3 and PC guitar. PS3 guitars work on PS5. So I was thinking like, okay, it says PS3, I should be good to go. Nope, not that one. So I went and called all the local game stores. They said they had guitars in. They just, I asked, do you have a PS4 guitar? Like, does it work with PS5 and everything? They're like, I think so. None of them worked with them. So shout out to Noah for letting me borrow one of his guitars for tonight. That's why we have the two axes over there. And Connor, I made some bad financial decisions. I downloaded this game and I went to the songs list, and this was the first time I ever looked at the songs list when I wasn't a college student. Because, you know, in college it would be like, you maybe buy like a song or two every weekend. Shout out to some of my roommates for picking up some songs too. There's a lot of like Slipknot and like Slayer on there from some of my roommates who are more into metal music, but I would get some good alt rock in there. Now I'm an adult, so I was like, maybe we buy a couple songs and everything. And a couple songs turned into a lot of songs, and a lot of songs turned into even more songs. I got to the F's, Connor. I went by alphabetical, right? Like I went A artist, B artist, C artist, down to the F's. And by the time I got to the F's, I bought like 40 songs. And I was like, oh no.
Oh, that's too many songs.
That's too many songs. So then I started bouncing around. I went and I was like, okay, I definitely want more White Stripes. I only had Seven Nation Army. So I was like, I know that there's a lot of White Stripes songs. Got a couple White Stripes songs. Got a couple other just like random one-off songs. Got Franz Ferdinand, Take Me Out on there. Like there were certain songs. Got No One Knows by Queen Stone Age. Little like songs that like define this channel that I'm like, this will be fun for when we do the Rock Band stream eventually. So freaking good. Also, some of these songs, dude, I bought more songs than I am able to play. It's like you going to retro stores. You're buying more games that you can go and run. But every single night this past week around like 11 p.m. finishing up stream, or last night, for example, I finished up stream, played a handful of songs. It's probably a lot of joy playing some Rock Band. And then, we're going to be cruising into Control this week. It's going to be a lot of fun football week ahead. But before we get into the fun of the football, There's so much news that we got to talk about. Let's just hop straight into housekeeping. Patreon.com/Cope64. You can get this show 3 days early. You can get the Casual Gaming Conversation 3 days early. And you can get a bonus episode of the Casual Gaming Conversation each and every week. We just shot our Metacritic predictions for the games coming out in 2026, getting a bird's eye view of some of the biggest titles for the new year. It was a great conversation. It was a really, really fun conversation.
Long episode too.
Yeah, like an hour and a half. Yeah. Dang. So shout out to Bonus Pod. That was a super fun episode. And obviously there's a catalog of almost 50 hours of content at that $5 tier, alongside again the podcast 3 days early.
It's got to be more than 50 hours.
Well over 50 hours. I'm lowballing it. At the $10 tier, you can get Recollect and Retro, which is a monthly show. You can get the Co-op 64 podcast, which is a monthly show. And you can get the opportunity to write in for this podcast and the Casual Gaming Conversation. This is the first time we're having write-ins on the show, so we're going to get them in there when we can and everything. Every episode, Connor and I have said like 3 or 4 write-ins. We might go more if there's a bunch that we want to bring in. We might go less if nobody writes in, but we want to start bringing people in on this podcast, reading out their opinions, asking the questions. In the future, for these write-ins, give us your thoughts, give us your opinions, let us know what you think about some of these news stories, or ask leading questions or anything. If you have a question that you want to ask us about some of the latest and greatest news in the industry, we'd love to answer it on a podcast like this. At the $25 tier, you can get your name read at the end of each and every podcast we do here at Co-op 64, and you can write in to be the 4th topic for the Co-op 64 podcast. Twitch streams, we got a full boat of streams, and boy oh boy, we're so freaking back. Monday, Super Mario Bros. Wii. Will Connor throw me into lava 73 more times? Absolutely.
Game's so good, dude.
So freaking
We're having
good.
so much fun.
It's so much fun. That was one of the fastest streams we've ever done. Yeah. Like it was 10 p.m.
We
was
made
so
good
fast.
progress too.
Yeah,
I was worried about that.
I was like, no, we can fly through this. This game is made for like 5-year-olds. And then I was like, oh no, it's gonna be a lot more difficult when Connor's murdering us over and over again. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm continuing playing Chrono Trigger. This is one of the best games ever. It's so obviously one of the best games ever. It hooks you in so immediately too. Like I think that RPGs, and especially old JRPGs, take too long to like get the ball rolling. Mm-hmm. That first stream, it ended at like a perfect point where I was like, I'm so freaking in. And then the next stream was amazing, and the characters are all great. This game's unbelievable.
I need you to play Final Fantasy VI or me to play Chrono Trigger because I'm curious about the comparisons. Yeah. Same generation, same era, both Square Enix. Like I'm looking at Chrono Trigger and I'm like, you're like, the music's excellent. It's so good. And it is very good. But I'm like, it's not as good as Final Fantasy VI.
Connor, this might be the best video game soundtrack ever.
Okay. So I mean, I'll take your word for it. But also, I need to figure out for myself for sure.
Yeah. And then the Wednesday stream, Connor's Souls continues. One of the best streams this channel's ever done was this past Wednesday. It was fun to tune in for about an hour of that. You're cruising, dude.
Showing them how it's done.
Also,
Dark Souls expert over here.
We talk about a beautiful moment where you finish out like the first section and you forget to hit the ladder down, basically. So funny. So good.
Pure panic because the chat pops off and is like, no, what did you do? What did he not know? And I'm like, and like I could not figure out what they were talking about at first. And then it finally came through. The chat caught up to where we currently were. And I was like, oh, okay. It's just, I didn't keep the ladder down. I can fix that right away.
Join it up in the Discord. Oh, by the way, those streams Monday to Thursday, 7 to 10 Eastern, twitch.tv/co_op64. Join the Discord. It's linked in the description down below. Talk to us about football, video games, what's coming up. High Guard. Play High Guard with us. Like, there's going to be a lot of fun shenanigans happening this year in 2026 with the Discord. Also, we're doing some meet and greets. If you want to start planning out your meet and greet for PAX East or for Torg, that's a great way to go and do it and meet up with some of the best community members on the internet. That's the Discord. Merch, coop64store.com. Review us over on Apple Podcasts. It gets the show out to more people. And drop a comment in the comment section down below if we mess something up on this show. But also, just let me know what your most anticipated game is for 2026. We're freaking back, baby. It's so good to be back. It's so good to be back to you with this headline. Xbox Developer Direct 2026 announced featuring Fable and Forza Horizon 6. This is Ryan McCaffrey over at IGN. Quote, after Xbox Game Studio boss Matt Booty teased the return of Microsoft's now annual Xbox Developer Direct showcase last month, the publisher has now confirmed the details. The 2026 Dev Direct will air live on Thursday, January 22nd at 10 a.m. PT. You can watch it live here at IGN or IGN's YouTube channel. Booty had already confirmed the presence of accomplished Xbox Game Studio developer Playground games at this event, and now we can know for certain that it's both its upcoming blockbusters will be shown, Forza Horizon 6 and Fable. Given that both are expected to release this year and they are two of the Xbox's biggest first-party offerings, and that we've yet to see proper gameplay from either one, we're due a proper look at gameplay. And that's, according to Microsoft's announcement this morning, is exactly what we'll get. On X, the official Fable account posted, quote, "We've been working on Fable for a really, really long time. It's time to show you more, much more," end quote. Also featuring in the showcase will be Beast of Reincarnation, the upcoming action RPG from Pokemon developer Game Freak that was announced during the Xbox Showcase event in June last year, end quote. Connor, we know three. We know three. And we're going to stick with the three to start this conversation. Yeah. Xbox Developer Direct. How hyped are you for this event?
I'm stoked. I mean, this is the first major event from one of the major console manufacturers of the year. Like we said, we're finally getting back into the swing of things, not only in our own lives, but in the gaming industry as well.
So exciting.
So getting a new look at Fable, Forza, Beast of Reincarnation, very exciting. I'm very curious to know more about Fable. I think I really need to see more footage for that game. I need them to prove it to me that this game is trucking along, that it's going to come out this year. That's what I really hope for. I really hope for a release date, but I also hope to just see more footage of this game. Every single time we've seen it in the last couple of years, it's been quick hits, a story trailer with a lot of cutscenes, a lot of gameplay. Then they announce that they're pushing the game and they give us a little gameplay snippet for the first time of like actual combat, but it was like 5 seconds. It wasn't a lot. So with these developer directs, they've gone in depth with the studio, showing off the developers, showing off the game, showing off a lot of the little idiosyncrasies of these games, the little systems and RPG mechanics. I want to see all of that when it comes to Fable for this developer direct. And if I don't get that, I'm going to be disappointed. When it comes to
Connor, you're going to get that.
At the very least, I think we're going to get the breakdown. I need also the release date, and I hope that it is the first up, because you would imagine that it would be, because it was the first game announced out of Xbox's slate for 2026. I keep on wanting to say 2025. That's going to take some getting used to.
It's going to take some getting used to for sure. You're going to get the date, and we'll start throw. We now know that it's here, because I also want to bring in a little behind the scenes. Bonus pod, we did our Metacritic predictions, and Connor and I were reading the tea leaves a little bit. We were listening to a podcast where there was like a lot of hesitancy about Fable's release date.
Kind of funny, fantasy critic draft. Those in the know, who would be in the know, somebody like Paris Lilly, who's very tuned into Xbox stuff, was poo-pooing the idea of this game coming out. He was like,
if any of them gets shifted, it's going to be that one. And so Connor were like, whoa, what if there is some knowledge there? We're not saying that he knows anything. We know nothing. But now that it's here, and I do want to toss out the fact, we've had moments like Avowed be at an Xbox Developer Direct and then get pushed all the way to the next year. It wouldn't be the first time ever that we see something and then it's the next year after. But I'm at the point that I see this, and we know that there's other dominoes to fall. We know about E-Day. We know about Halo. And it's like, if you're saving those, these have to be your games for the first half of the year. They have to be, in my opinion. Like when I say first half of the year, these are not holiday season games. These are August and before.
I think they very well could be, and they feel pressured to show Fable because it's the game that's been in the can for the longest.
I think that,
and that they've shown none of it.
I wouldn't be shocked if this game's out in 4 months, dude.
I wouldn't be either. Yeah. But I also wouldn't be shocked if it doesn't get a release date here and it comes out in October. I also wouldn't be shocked if it comes out next year. So like I feel like it's completely up in the air when it comes to Fable, and I want it. I want it to.
What's your prediction? Give me your line in the sand. What month are we getting to play Fable?
I think we're getting it in October.
I like October. That
and
sounds
I do
like
not
a good
think
time.
they give us a release date here, so they have wiggle room to push it.
I will say this: I think that if they don't give us a release date, we will get fall of 2025. They've done that before. They've done the windows, and which wouldn't shock me. October, I think, is a solid prediction.
And I think both of these Playground games could be in the fall. I think we could be looking at September Forza, October Fable.
I think that these games, one of these has to be in the first half of the year. One of these has to be June or before. Do we want to bring in the next story? Or are you thinking that potentially the next story has something to do with filling in Xbox's slate where there's a fourth game? Because obviously, by the way, Xbox Developer Direct, if you do not know, there is always a fourth game. There's always a one more.
It's supposed to be an indie game, though.
So here's the thing. That was the initial report. That's wrong.
Okay, good.
So it is a
Not that indie game wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, it's a small
would be
Xbox
bad.
Studio game. We'll read. Fuck it. Headline: Xbox Developer Direct will feature a secret unannounced fourth game. This is Jordan Miller over at VGC. Quote: Now it is claimed that the show won't only feature those 3 games. According to Shinobi602, who has a history of reporting confidential information about upcoming games, the show will feature, quote, a secret fourth game, end quote. VGC can corroborate this and understands that the fourth game is a smaller scale original game from one of Xbox Game Studios' first-party developers. The fourth title will round off an event mainly focused on Xbox's big first-party games planned for 2026. Forza Horizon 6 was planned, which was announced last year, will take place in Japan and released on Xbox and PC before eventually coming to PS5. There's also that conversation too about more things coming to PS5.
I'm trying to think of studios that would have the capacity to make a smaller game. Wouldn't it be hilarious if it was Obsidian again? Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked. Pentiment 2.
Pentiment 2.
Ooh.
Totally on the table.
Yeah.
You want to know a dart I'll throw in there? You want to know a little something I'll toss in the conversation?
Sure. What do we got?
Double Fine. They were working on multiple stuff.
But
they were working on multiple stuff. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a little something there.
What is a small game from Double Fine, though? Because their games are already pretty small.
That's just Double Fine.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if you'd use that verbiage if it was Double Fine.
Help me out here. This is one of those. It's not Team Ninja. It's Ninja Theory makes Hellblade, right?
Yep.
Could they be working on something small, like horror experience, potentially doing something with that genre?
That'd be cool.
Doing something actually smaller.
Make a smaller game in Bleeding Edge. Is that what that game was called?
Yeah, I think so.
A while ago, and that did not go great. But I guess they do have a history of being able to juggle 2 games.
The fact that initially the reporting, which you were correct on, was indie game. That's what the spheres were saying. But then it did get corrected to be we are doing the first party deal, and it's like that excites me just enough. We need to talk about it. It's a thing, could happen. I don't think that the description of this is what this is. Fallout 3 remastered. I think that that's too big for this event.
I agree with that.
But the fact that we're getting something here, I think that it lends a ton of credence to the fact that maybe we don't get Forza and Fable immediately, because I would not be shocked. Let's just say Double Fine. That makes sense in my brain. We get another Double Fine joint. Double Fine shows the game. It's announced for either Shadow Drop, it's January, or I would be shocked if it's Double Fine and it's March, and we're getting this game in 2 months, and that takes one of the early slots for the year, giving the other 2 big boys from Playground a little bit more room to breathe.
If you can Shadow Drop a Double Fine game right now, that would be a great idea with how few games there are, fresh new games currently on the horizon.
Like, we're at a spot right now where the 22nd is 4 days before High Guard, which I think a lot of the industry looks at as the first major domino of the year to drop. For better or worse, it's a game that's a headline for sure, right? I think that getting ahead of it and getting an experience that everyone can hop into and have a great time with off the rip would be so sick. The reading on this with the Shinobi and VGC's reporting, it feels like they know what the game is. So I think that them saying it's a smaller thing feels like they're setting expectations properly. Shout out, by the way, if you do know VGC/Shinobi, thank you for not just like spoiling the game. I love that we're remaining in this world of surprise, because that Dev Directs are like my second favorite version of showcases. I love the whole summer showcase season still. That's probably my goat. But like getting this where we get that excitement, we get dates on games that we're very much looking forward to. Like we're, by the way, at the very start of this conversation still, because I have so much that I want to talk about with this. Like, I think that having a small little surprise at the end, it seems like they also say that like it could be closing out the type of affair. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if it is something that is notable enough. I would not be shocked if it's Obsidian. Like, these dudes just crank out freaking games. Yeah. And then also you bring in the fact that whatever it is, I think that the lineup that they have here, Beast of Reincarnation, Fable, Forza, a little one more thing, I think that that's a super strong lineup of games.
I agree. What if the one more thing is something from Bethesda or the Activision side of things? I feel like we're just talking about the core Xbox first-party studios, but would that not include them?
It's so true that it totally does. I think that the writing on this would be, it's an Activision joint, it's a Bethesda joint compared to Xbox Studios, because we all know that, yes, Bethesda is an Xbox studio But also, people just say Bethesda. When you think of Doom, you don't think of Xbox Studios. You think of Bethesda still, I would say.
Yeah, kind of. A little bit of both.
But yeah, I think that there's a very good chance that this comes out and it just freaking rips across the board. Like, I expect this showcase to be extremely solid. When it comes to my hype level, this is like a 10 for me. Like, this is the most excited I can be for an event. Connor.
No, I don't think that's crazy. I know your taste in games and you love playground games, so that makes sense. But the thing is that's holding me back from being super stoked about it is that for something like Forza, I know what Forza Horizon is. I don't need to be sold on that game. And a lot of the joy that I feel like I could get out of a Forza game is seeing these environments for the first time.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to see it in a trailer.
Connor, there's going to be enough environments that you'll be okay seeing a handful in a trailer. I know
I'll be okay, but I don't really want to watch it.
My thing is, this game is a juggernaut like of epic proportions, and there's a question here from Master Diz. This is our first time pulling in a question ever on this show. I'm very, very excited about it. Master Diz writes in and asks, are we going to assume for Xbox titles that they will come to PS5 after a timed exclusivity on Xbox platforms, or can we expect same-day multi-platform releases in the future? Forza Horizon 6. Is this trailer closing out with a PS6? It's sold, Connor.
It's very strange because I thought we had turned the switch on this for games coming to PS5 day one after Gears.
Yeah.
And then you look at the year for 2025 for their whole slate, it's been a case by case basis. You look at Indiana Jones in 2024, that came later in the line. Avowed coming later on the line.
Yeah,
now.
We'll talk about that later.
South of Midnight coming to Switch 2 and PlayStation 5 in February.
So exciting, yeah.
So like, I don't exactly know what their strategy is for Forza. I think that's a console seller. If you give it 6 months, I think that gives you a good reason to pick up an Xbox. If you played Forza Horizon 5 on PS5 and you got hooked and you cannot wait to play the next one, there is some credence for you to go out and purchase an Xbox. It's a big purchase, and I don't think a lot of people are going to do that, but I think some people are going to do that.
If not purchase an Xbox, get Game Pass for their PC. Maybe you're a PlayStation PC household and you go and say, actually, you know what? I'm going to go and get Game Pass on PC real quick and play Forza Horizon 6 and then forget about it and spend $360 a year.
But on the other hand, this is going to be the best-selling PlayStation 5 racing game, period.
Yeah.
Do you really want to not just come out the gate swinging with that biggest audience, the biggest audience out there when it comes to console gaming, and just get them in on the ground floor? Like, I think they're probably looking at that and a lot of dollar signs and saying, we got to release on PS5 on day one.
Halo coming day one, for me, is such a point to just do Forza 2. Just do all of them at this point. And then Fable... does that release day one? I don't think so. I think that that's a weird thing. They haven't tested that market yet.
Here's the thing. I think with Fable, they are going for something on the level of The Witcher 3. We had this discussion.
I like half mentioned it. We talked about the Metacritic predictions. Connor predicts for Fable, this was on our Metacritic predictions, a 90 for Fable this year.
And you put 91.
And I put a motherfucking 91. I believe in this game, and they're going for The Witcher. Once again, I've said I don't think it's going to get to Witcher level, which is greatest RPG ever, but I think it's going to be damn freaking good.
I think it could be, though.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that this game has been delayed, you could look at it two ways, that it's trouble and that it's not up to snuff and that it's finally going to come out the door and not deliver the goods. Or they know what they have and they want to make sure that it's really special, and they could be making a game that is a system seller. Xbox has not had a system seller in a very, very long time. So if that game has exclusivity for a year and is all-time great, Witcher 3 level great, Elder Scrolls Skyrim great,
Game of the Year nominated.
Yes. I think that could move units, and Xbox needs to move units at that price point, man.
It's an uphill battle to move units, but also they need to make the case on why you have Game Pass all year. And like I think that this is a great starting point of like, hey, this is why you need Game Pass all year, is we're going to have the cadence that's going to be so ridiculous that you're just going to set in, forget it. Sure, I'm in for the 360. It's going to suck a little bit to bite the bullet, but I'm in.
And we also have the track record of Xbox releasing a game like Forza Horizon 5 years after release, and it's selling millions of copies. So I think Fable coming a year later doesn't really affect the bottom line that much. It just delays the bottom line a year later, where you're going to still get the same amount of money. It's just you now can maybe sell a few consoles in the meantime.
We talked about this time and time again before this show even existed. Time exclusivity totally works in my mind. If you want to go and do time exclusivity, guess what? If there was no other way for me to play Forza Horizon 6 other than to have an Xbox console, I would buy an Xbox console. That I freaking love it. In the same way that there's people that are 360 players that loved Fable back in the day, and if the only place that they can play Fable is through Game Pass or on Xbox, they're going to make that move, especially if it reviews well. As of right now, my belief of Playground Games and Fable is very interesting. I think that this game, this is total conspiracy theory, tinfoil cap moment. I think that this game definitely has had a troubled sort of release, obviously. I also think that Xbox probably came in there, knocked on the studio doors, and were like, hey, dude, start making Forza Horizon 6. That shit's going to print us money. And so they started doing the two-pronged approach with it under the whole household of Playground Games. Obviously, you're not like switching assets between a car game and Fable, but you might be having certain executives, certain developers being pulled to do two different spots, doing different responsibilities for these two different games. And so now we're at a point where they're both going to release in the same year. I also think that they've sat on Fable because they're like, why would we talk about Fable at the summer showcase when it's not going to be out for 9 months and we have a bunch of other stuff to show? Why would we not just wait on Fable, have this banger moment? This is the headliner, in my opinion. But Forza Horizon 6, you said it. It's a known quantity. Is it going to be a game that I play till 3 in the morning? Yes. Is it going to get a 92 on Metacritic? Yes. Am I like bursting at the seams excited for this video game? Absolutely. But that's not the like I'm gonna watch it obviously because I watch anything Forza Horizon 6 related. But like the curiosity, the reason that people are gonna be turning on the TV is because they need to see what the hell's happening with Fable. That your most anticipated game for the showcase is Fable, I'd assume, right?
100%.
Yeah, I think that it's obvious that like I think that they're gonna sell us, and I do think that they're gonna sell us in a way that is we're gonna see this game content complete. This is the last time we're seeing this game. There is no way you get to a summer showcase and we see this game again.
Man,
Can you imagine? Can you imagine getting to a summer showcase and we do another 5 minutes on this thing? I would lose my mind.
My ideal situation is they show it here and it's out in March or April.
I think May, the Doom date.
That's fair.
It's also the Redfall date. I know that game did, but like they love that May window to be, hey, we can do this right before the summer to get some sales in for our big releases. And then we'll do the Starfield down the line. We'll do the next big release down the line in November.
What were the games for the last Dev Direct?
Oh, Connor, you were asking me a question that I probably should.
Doom.
Yep. South of Midnight.
Clair Obscure. It wasn't Avowed, right? Avowed was about to come out.
Yeah, Avowed was already out.
And Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden Black too, also in there. So yeah, I think it was those.
So South of Midnight came out in
March or April,
and then
Clair Obscure was April.
Okay, so those games came out pretty quick after this direct and got release dates there, right? So you could see that happening with Fable.
I think Fable's taking the main spot. I think Fable's taking the main spot.
I think it very well could take the main spot, but I don't think that
is a guarantee.
Potential of March or April is out the window.
Same. We need to bring this in. Beast of Reincarnation, we saw it as the summer showcase. I think that this is next couple months. I do. I think that that's going to be one of their first games. It's going to be on Game Pass. It's going to be a selling point. Game Freak, get in. They're freak on.
Fascinating to me. They got to prove it to me, man. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. And by believe it when I see it, I mean believe it when I play it.
Yeah.
Because it's Game Freak. They are clearly punching above their weight. And this game looks awesome.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm sold more through this direct. And I'm picking this up on day one on Game Pass. I think if I didn't have Game Pass, I'd be a lot more concerned about at least checking this out. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see more of this game because it looks really cool.
Talk about the perfect game for a Dev Direct. You need to prove it. I want somebody looking me in the eyes and saying, this game's going to be awesome. Here's why. And they could do the full breakdown. Because show me like, give me the 2 minutes of super flashy cuts, but then give me like 4 minutes of here's the boss fight. Here's how this is going to look. Show me what the dodge mechanic is. Show me how the beast is coming into play here. Give me some story beats. I want all that mustard and mayo, dude. Give me all the fixins.
I do not think this game is going to be as good as Expedition 33,
No.
but it feels like this is taking the Expedition 33 slot from last year, where Xbox at the very least is giving their stamp of approval, put it in our showcase as one of 4 video games, and let's push this a little bit.
Also, as of right now, 1 of 3. Like the fact that they're able to go and be like, we're going to go and have this headline be it's the Playground games and then this, and have the understanding of, trust me, you're going to enjoy the 10 minutes of this, sit and enjoy it. Because they've done dev directs where they've had more studios involved, but the studios that are involved, they'll do, hey, here's a random strategy game that Nick, Connor, Brady, you're going to tune out for 7 minutes and talk to chat for a little bit, compared to this where it's like, they're setting themselves up to be like, you, if you are watching this showcase, are going to enjoy everything you see, because we don't have a ton more to show you. Like, we're not showing you 9 different things and allowing a couple of those things not to be for you. We're watching 4 things. Probably, I assume it's going to be a 30 to 40 minute presentation. Sit your ass down, lock and load, let's go. And I'm excited about that game.
Before we move on to the next story,
Connor, I have like 8 more questions.
Oh, okay. Do you want to keep going on that then?
No. Guys,
I wanted to just stake my claim here on the Xbox lineup for this year. The game that I think you can slot next to anything is Forza.
Yep.
Racing games sell no matter what. They have their audience. You can put. I feel like there's some overlap between like Fable and Halo. So you don't want to put them right on top of each other. Those are single player experiences, but you can put Forza out next to any of the 3 major games and it'll be fine. So I'm saying Halo first is the game we've seen the most of. People played it. We saw full gameplay sections of it. I know that they said it's early, but you can't deny the fact that we've seen a lot in comparison to Fable and Gears.
Yeah.
So Halo first in May. Gears, August. Then I think September, October for Forza and Fable.
Wow. I have never disagreed with a man more in my entire life.
And the only reason I'm stacking those 3 up where they are is because of GTA. I can't use November.
Yeah. My answer is I think we get Fable. I think the small game, whatever the heck we're doing with this 4th joint, that's going to be before May. So April or March, I think.
It's shadow dropping.
I would love a shadow drop, dude. Oh, dude. Give me something to play, because more than ever we need it. Like right now would be such a good time to go and release something. It would be so good. But if not, like even January, sure, it could be a shadow drop and it'd be great. I'm saying Fable's first. I'm saying Fable in May. I think August you do a little skirt with Forza. I'm gonna say November, the first weekend of November for Halo, because they want to coincide it with that 25th anniversary, but the 25th anniversary I want to say is like the 15th. Can't do that with the November 17th date. I think that they're gonna wait for November for Halo, and I think Gears comes out next year. I think that game gets pushed. We've seen none of Gears. It's not here. I have and
Xbox has never delivered on their promise of their catalog for a particular year. They always push something.
Avowed got pushed this previous year. Fable got pushed into this year.
Whole year.
Yeah, so I think that it's fanciful to think that they're going to deliver everything. I don't think that's impossible. I would love for them to go and we do this dev direct. We're playing the next Double Fine or Obsidian are the 2 that I'm like, it's probably one of those 2.
Yeah.
They're Obsidian's just crazy in the best way possible. Unbelievable team. But they're gonna go release their thing, and we're gonna play that for a bit. I would love for it in like March when they announce the summer showcase. Have Gears E-Day be that last thing, and then start letting Halo trickle out more and more information throughout the year. Give us a random Halo, hey, we're doing this stream, we're going to show off like 10 minutes of gameplay that press already had, and then summer showcase, we're going to show off like just like do the music, do the hype montage, show what maybe even a full level is, and then at the end do the end final bit. Last year when we were doing this show and predicting dev direct and then predicting the future, we were all in that Fable was going to be the long after moment. Ended up being the Outer Worlds 2. Outer Worlds 2, awesome RPG. I don't think anyone's putting Outer Worlds 2 in the spot that Gears or Halo are at. Get Gears there, do 20 minutes, release that motherfucker in October. Like, find a way, dude. If you can pull that off and you do get all 4 this year, it's going to be a very different tune for Xbox this year. And also, like, as much as we have just had so many negative Xbox stories on the show over and over and over again, it's been, I feel like 3 months of just like negativity. You look at our scores for Xbox on the year, great games. Good to great games, I should say. Nothing unbelievable, and then just bad news stories. I think that this is such a good reset point for them. And we talk all the times about the dominoes lining up. We talk about, do they have the game catalog to do it? This is the first time they've ever had 4. I feel like often they have 3, but 3 turns to 2 really, really fast.
Yeah.
This time they got 4, and if they're able to deliver all 4, I think that it's going to be awesome. My most exciting game for this is obviously Forza Horizon 6. 10 out of 10 hype for me. Where's your hype level at for this?
For Forza?
No, just for the whole showcase. It gave me a number.
I don't like the format. I never have liked the format. I don't need to know like all these little details. I want some of these details to be a surprise when I actually play the game. With that in mind, with this lineup, I would say, because I'm really curious about Fable.
Yeah. Fable's, honestly, this year, in the entire year of video games, I think that's my biggest question mark.
Yeah.
Like this is a make or break moment because
the potential
is insane.
Yeah.
Like this game could come out and be a 77 on Metacritic, and I would not be shocked. I believe in playground games so much, though. I think that they're not going to release something that's that low on a Metacritic.
And this is their chance to revitalize one of their big franchises, one of their big dogs.
Yeah,
Halo, Gears, Forza, Fable. If this game sucks, it's dead forever.
Yeah.
That franchise it's over.
Yep.
It's never coming back. And if this is fantastic, we could be talking about the Fable show in a few years on Amazon. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this could be major for them.
That would be so sick. Yeah,
So I would say I'm like at an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm hyped. I'm excited.
I think that
I also need to be sold on Beast of Reincarnation.
Yeah, so. I think that this is, once again, that's another game that like I didn't even think was coming out this year. To keep it a buck, like when I saw that, I was like, "Whoa!" There's also a chance
I wasn't even
still
sure it was real.
Yeah, like I was like, "This is what am I watching right now?" I just expect this to be freaking awesome. Connor, when we leave this showcase, will we be excited? What's the emotion will be coming out of this? Is it excitement? Is it curiosity? Is it disappointment?
I think excited and some curiosity. I'm sure all our questions will not be answered, and I think that that really hinges on the Fable release date. Honestly, the release dates for Forza and Fable is going to prop up a lot of questions because it'll ask us. It'll be like, what's the timeline? Where is Halo in this? Where is Gears in this?
By the way, if we don't get both dates, I'm going to be disappointed. I want to say that.
Disappointed,
Connor. We need these dates.
I don't care that much about these dates
because we need the future dates to be this year. They cannot have this year
whenever they come out. There's a million games coming out.
There's plenty of games. No, there is no game coming out that I'm as excited for as Forza Horizon 6. I don't. By the way, Forza Horizon 6, if it's in August, if it's in October, and there's just an October date or an August date, at least then we know. And this. The Dev Direct, the full package of what I need for a Dev Direct, the number one thing is I need answers. I need dates. I need you to sell me on these games, show me something cool, and then be like, this is when you're playing it. When we saw the first Dev Direct, and it had Forza Motorsport in it, and it came up with like, I think it was a fall 2023, I was like, what are we doing? Like this, give me the freaking date. And they hit a fall date and everything, but you're laying out your year. In this scenario, very similar to last year, I feel like they're laying out the first half of their year because we got Summer Showcase coming down the line. I expect Summer Showcase to be unbelievable. Like,
why?
Connor,
Why would you expect Summer Showcase to be unbelievable?
Because right now,
last 2 years, one great, one terrible.
The last 2 years, one of the greatest showcases ever.
Yes,
one bad. I expect it to be great because the things that are not this year that we know about are exciting. Blade. State of Decay 3. That game doesn't exist. But like
Clockwork Revolution.
Yeah, like there's enough excitement for Xbox IPs that are not this year that I'm like, then you throw in Gears, a 30-minute join on Gears at the very end. You have to, in a very serious way, I'm not joking, you need to resell everyone on Call of Duty. Like you need to have a Call of Duty bit in there that's 5 minutes. It cannot start the show. It can't end the show ever again. And it's resell everyone on Call of Duty. Maybe you can start the show with COD. I wouldn't be shocked.
I feel like the Xbox faithful community isn't the Call of Duty community.
It's not.
Those are two. I mean, there's some overlap, obviously, but I don't think you need to include Call of Duty in one of these showcases.
I think that you are just making your number look a lot better by including Call of Duty, because there's going to be a lot more streamers coming in on it, and then you get to go and show to stockholders, be like, hey, we had 20 million people, and it's like 16 million are COD fans and 4 million are people, or sorry, 60 million are Xbox fans, 4 million are COD fans, or whatever the percent actually would be for that.
Sidebar, with the failure of Black Ops 7, they said they won't do back-to-back same franchise years ever again. Why don't they just take a year break, dude?
Money.
Come on. I understand, but like the longevity of this franchise, you need people to still be on board, and I feel like you're hurting your core audience by putting out shit year over year and then having one gem every like 3 years.
Connor, money. It's so frustrating. It's so insanely frustrating, but money, dude. Yeah, I expect to come out of this showcase, though. I said if I don't get dates, I'm gonna be disappointed. I think we're gonna come out of this showcase and be fired up. I'm expecting that, like, my anticipation is 10, and I'm expecting to leave this showcase if we get 3 dates and a shadow drop for any game. It could be the weirdest looking, most insane. You remember the Silent Hill short message that like was a shadow drop thing that would end up being really not great? If it's something even on that level where it's just like we get something that's exciting to play that day and check out, or it's coming out soon, I think that that's going to happen. Once again, I'm trying to like lower expectations because I wouldn't be shocked if it didn't happen. But if I had to predict, I think that it's going to happen. I'm expecting to leave this being like, Xbox is so back. And Fable is the big question mark. And I'm sticking on the side until I have proven otherwise, until this game is out and it sucks. I'm going to believe in Playground Games because they've never not made unbelievable stuff.
That was another thing that I wanted to bring in earlier. For Playground and Fable, with all the delays and all the lack of communication when it comes to Fable, I imagine they just have a certain standard. They've never put out a bad game. They never put out a good game. They never put out a great game. They put out all-timer type games with all the Forza Horizon games. They have a certain level that people expect from them, and I think they don't want to hurt that legacy.
This is their best studio. Yeah. This is their best studio. Obsidian produces a lot of good stuff, but their Xbox is Insomniac. They're not producing the 10 out of 10s. They're producing a ton of quantity that are a varying degree of 8, good and 9, great.
Yeah.
And so I said this on, I'm trying not to repeat myself too much, but I said this on the Metacritic podcast. I want to leave this year and have another studio that I go in when I see Playground Games, I go and say, this is going to be the best shit. Like, and as of right now, I think that's going to happen. That's why I predicted 91, and that's why you predicted 90, and that's why I think that the opportunity is so large, and I'm so curious what they're able to do with this type of medieval story where Fable has its own flavor. It's not Elden Ring. It's going to be third-person action adventure that, like, with British comedy and, like, just, like, so much fun. Like, neither of us are, like, fantasy guys, but this could be the type of thing that really works.
I probably will not like this game because of that.
Yeah,
but I'm willing to try it and give it a fair chance.
This would be one of those that I would like either wait to like checking every single day the inbox for a review code, or if not, then like waiting literally at GameStop and picking it up day one and getting physical, because like I believe in this game and I believe in this team, and it's all coming off of the fact that I don't even want to think about if it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. You know, like this is a game that if it, heaven forbid, if it comes out and it sucks and we're reliant on Gears and Halo, this is a sidebar conversation. Xbox, if you're an Xbox fan, do you still believe in Gears and Halo? And like, do you still believe that they can come out with a Gears game and a Halo game that's a genre-defining, unbelievable moment? Because I don't. When I see Halo Campaign Evolve, I go, this is the safest, most responsible response to how the previous Halo games have been made and received. And then when it comes to Gears of War E-Day, I think that it could be awesome. Doing the prequel, brilliant. Bringing back characters that are so beloved and so well-known, brilliant. But I'm nervous that this game, like, you hire the variance by doing that. And they need variants, because if they were to make Gears 6, I think everyone would be like, cool, it's going to be a great game, but it's not going to be
It's
a
gonna be
genre.
another Gears game.
Yeah.
And I feel like the whole hoorah, let's take out the what are they?
Yeah, I don't even know.
The
It's
enemies.
not Covenant.
Yeah, I was gonna say Chimera, but that's Resistance. Let's take out the alien invaders and shred them with the
Lancer.
a Lancer, the chainsaw, bloody. Yeah, like I feel like that doesn't work the same as it used to. I still think it's pretty cool. And
Locust Horde. Jeez Louise. Yeah.
I still think that that's cool, and like I would be down for another one of those, just straight up down the middle, fun third person cover shooter.
Yeah.
But I think that like if you really want to take Gears to the next level, I think you almost need to Last of Us that series. Like you need to make me cry a little bit in this game.
This game,
and I think that could be it. From that trailer, it seems like they're trying to pull emotions out of you with the relationship between the two main characters. Marcus and Dom, boom,
nice.
Bang. I've only played one Gears game. It's been a while. We're going to play all three this year, all three of the main ones. But yeah, and their dynamic, and I know that there's a lot of history there, and I know where that arc goes. But yeah, so like, but also bring in new people and add in some more characters around them to kind of make the whole thing a little bit more emotional.
This game is not going to be, if I leave this game and the first thing that I'm talking about is the cover shooting, is the enemy design, is the gameplay. If that's the first thing I talk about, that's a failure. It needs to be the story. It needs to be characters. It needs to be this world is awesome. It needs to be, this is what I want from every Xbox story going forward. And once again, is that a fair thing to hold this team to? Probably not. What if they just want to make another Gears game? It's going to be awesome, but you're not going to get, we're still in a spot where we have not had the Xbox 9. We've not had a across-the-board genre industry agreement that this game is a 9 out of 10. The last time that we had that, there are two games that I think everyone can point to as extremely high quality. That is Forza Horizon 5, Hi-Fi Rush. Other than that, 2020s have been a failure. For this team, it is 2026. We need a 9.
And when you look at what makes PlayStation games so special, the first thing out of somebody's mouth is almost always the story. I think The Last of Us has great gameplay. Uncharted, Ghost, God of War. Nobody is saying, "Oh, I played that game for the gameplay, baby." I love the gameplay in all of those games. But the first thing I'm talking about when it comes to The Last of Us is Joel and Ellie. I talk about Uncharted. I talk about Drake and Sully.
Well, the thing with Uncharted especially is, you can point to Uncharted and Gears are actually very similar in my mind. You're talking about cover shooters, you're talking about like some well-known characters and quips and some fun stuff like that. But Uncharted 4, the elevation is in story, and that's why that game is not a 9 out of 10 or an 8.5 out of 10. It's a masterpiece in my mind, and that's what I'm looking for with Gears.
And I do want to point out that I know that the stories continue to get better and better throughout Gears 2 and 3, and that there are heartfelt moments that people point to as like one of the great story moments in video games. But I think overall, when people talk about Gears, they mostly are talking about the gameplay, as I understand it. If I'm wrong, get in the comments. That's totally fine.
Gears 3 story, this is one of those things where I've played Gears 3 story. I've never beaten this game. This was a big sleepover game for me and some buddies growing up. But like, there's story moments. It works. But I don't think that it's like, at this point especially, Gears reminds me a lot of the Half-Life conversation we have all the time. Half-Life, there's a very, and I'm not trying to talk about Half-Life 3 right now. Don't yell at me. But we talk about it all the time where like Half-Life has a lot of loud people, but not like, I don't know what the numbers are coming out in droves in for. You need to prove it once again with whatever the next Half-Life game is.
What is a modern Half-Life?
Exactly. What is a modern Gears game? And they did Gears 5 and it was pretty well received. And they can, I have the utmost faith that this team, it's Coalition, I want to say, they can step to the plate and hit an 8 out of 10 game. There's no doubt in my mind that this game is going to come out and not be at least great.
I think this game is going to be great, but it's 100%. A matter of, is it going to fall into the camp of Indiana Jones, where like everybody agrees this game is great. But it feels like nobody is talking about it on a mainstream level. It's like, it's fucking Indiana Jones. It's fucking Gears of War. I feel like everybody should be talking about how amazing this game is. You have to play this game. As somebody who loves Indiana Jones, I'm not shaking anybody being like, you gotta get an Xbox, you gotta get Game Pass, you gotta play Indiana Jones.
And that's why, like I said, the two, Halo, once again, is the safest play ever, and it's a play that they should make, by the way. I'm not criticizing this play. It's just very safe. Forza Horizon 6, You just already know it's going to be. But the two question mark games, the two big shifting pieces here are Fable and Gears. And I'm in the spot. Where do we put Gears? What do you think that we predicted for Gears? I'm not going to pull it up yet. I think I put it in the 80s, I want to say.
I think I said 87.
You did say 87. I said 81.
Okay.
By the way, way to nail 87.
81.
Yeah, because I don't believe,
Nick
man.
hates Gears of War.
I like it more than you. I don't believe. It is because we joked about it on that podcast. Are we really going to put our foot in the ground and say, these 4 games, they're all going to get high 80s to 90s, baby? That's just never happened. That feels like a betting on the Jets.
If you want to change the trajectory that Xbox is currently on, that's what it needs. Yeah. If you can get all 4 of these games in the high 80s, low 90s, that is a conversation changer about your whole brand. Yeah. And that's what Xbox needs because they have a lot of bad press right now.
Then guess what you do next year? It's Blade. It's Fallout 3 Remastered. We're starting to roll into Skyrim, or not Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 6. We're starting to roll into these massive titles. And I think that it starts now. The dominoes... Fuck the dominoes. They've never toppled, but right now you have 4 games of equal excitement in my mind. Because Halo's fucking Halo, Gears are doing a prequel, Forza Horizon 6 going to Japan, and Fable has been cooking for 6 years in its Playground games. If they come out and they freaking deliver, it's gonna be awesome.
And I will say, when I said the games need to be 80, a few 80s, a few 90s, if it's all high 80s, I think that doesn't change the conversation.
Yeah, no,
you need a few all-timers.
Dude,
you need a few PlayStation exclusive games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give me something that's as good as Spider-Man 2.
That's all I'm asking.
Like, I'm not asking for God of War. I'm not asking for The Last of Us Part 2. I'm not, like...
I'll take Horizon.
I'll take Ghost. I'll take, these franchises that are that A tier for PlayStation. Like, we're just swimming in 8s when it comes to Xbox games. And, like, what... this is out there like across multiple things now, including TikTok. Like, I love South of Midnight. Like, I really love that game. It was my number 10, which I always use my number 10 as like it's a shout out spot for me. Like, many games can go in there, but I wanted to like
a borderline honorable mention.
Yeah, exactly. And because we didn't do honorable mentions this year, it literally just was let's go. And so I want there to be a 10. Connor just looked at the timer.
Are we 50 minutes in on one story? Well, 1.5 stories.
Because this is the story, dude. This is the start of all this.
We're going to talk about GTA in a second. Like, that's a pretty big story.
Yeah, GTA, who cares? But no, I believe that this is the year. And I really think that if you want to come out with... if you want to convince everyone, if you want to shut everyone up, if both these games come out in the first half of the year, I think that everyone will lose their mind. If you want... Like, could you imagine April, May for these two? Like...
Awesome.
People would be...
I hope I'm really wrong.
I would be grittying on top of this table if those two games were coming out. And once again, Fable has to look great. I believe Fable's going to look great. Because I feel like we've done this
podcast on top of the table. I don't
this table is not surviving a gritty. Honestly, I was like, you and Brady can hold the table up. I'm like, I'm going straight through the table. This thing is very
need a new
flimsy.
table really bad.
But yeah, I think that like there's a non-zero chance that that's the case. If they set the tone well, this can be their year. And then you also bring up the question marks that are like this year they have those big 4, and then probably this little side card at 4th game that we're getting. I think there's probably one more in there too. Obsidian's going to drop another game.
Like, fuck it, 2 games.
Grounded 3's coming out this year, dude. It's going to be awesome. Let's talk about another game that's potentially coming out this year. Headline, new GTA 6 delay rumor shot down by reporters, says statement was misconstrued. This is Blair Monell at GameSpot. Quote, GTA 6 is still a little over 10 months away, assuming its November 2026 release window holds. Earlier this week, GTA 6 watchers were unsettled when Bloomberg's Jason Schreier noted that the game might not be as, quote, content complete, end quote, as Rockstar has said in the past, and he didn't rule out another delay. Some fans took that as if GTA 6 was already pushed back again, which is why Schreier has stepped forward to clarify his comments. During a recent appearance on the Button Mash podcast, Schreier said, quote, the last I heard, GTA 6 was still not content complete. That is to say people were finishing things up, still finalizing levels and missions, and seeing what is going to make it into the game, end quote. He added he doesn't, quote, think anyone at Rockstar can tell you with 100% certainty that they will make it out in November, end quote. Schreier responded to reports based on his comments by reiterating that he, quote, wouldn't be shocked if GTA 6 does come out this fall, following the same delay pattern as Red Dead Redemption 2, end quote. He also characterized some of the report as a complete misunderstanding of what I said, end quote. First and foremost, Jason Schreier, legend in the industry, does a lot of brilliant reporting, and so this has been a fun one this week of the jump rope and the juggling of like, how is this all going to like shake out? What's the final statement going to be? It feels like this is the final statement. I think that this story is kind of a nothing story when it's all said and done, and that's why I felt okay being 50 minutes into the podcast to bring up a GTA story, because when it's all said and done, I promise you, there's not a single person in the world, let alone the people at Rockstar, that fully believe 100% that this game is coming out in November.
But is it not at least somewhat concerning that it's not content complete?
Yes and no. Is it concerning? Yeah, you would want to hear it's content complete. They're doing 10 months of polishing.
Yeah, for a game of this size and scope, I think it would take about that long to polish everything
but
up.
also, I wouldn't be shocked that literally if in 2 months we get it's content complete, and then 2 months after it's gold, and then they're going.
Well, gold is like
it's on
happens
the disc
a couple weeks beforehand.
I know. But I wouldn't be shocked. Like, I think that this is, to be clear, I don't think GTA 6 is coming out this year. I'm on the boat that it's not. You can ask me like in like 3 days, I might say that it is. But
I have no idea.
I'm on the boat where I truly believe this game, when it comes out, it will be 1000% perfect. They will not let us. I was talking about this literally 2 nights ago with a bunch of people. They will not have a single pixel out of place. There will not be a single thing in this game that is remotely out of place. We're talking about a wager of billions of dollars. That day one number is going to be either 500 million if it gets shit reviews, or $1 billion if it gets great reviews.
I think it'll make $1 billion in one day, no matter what.
But you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking
like
about
that
for the
second and third
longevity
day
of it. Yes,
yeah.
For the months and weeks after the fact, the only thing that can hurt it is bad reviews.
Exactly. And if it comes out buggy, I think that word of mouth will fly fast with this one, where it's like, you go, it's midnight launch. I could see midnight launch happens. There's people that download it, and then there's the people that get the physical copy. There's gonna be people in line getting the physical copy. If that tweet goes out that this game is breaking immediately, and it isn't, that is, there will be people that leave that line, and there will be people that are not about it. Then again, you gotta see it for yourself.
And the crazy thing is, if it's even a 10% reduction in the amount of people buying this game, we're talking about billions of dollars.
And so, yeah, I think that the reason I don't think it's going to come out in November is, this is a little bit concerning for sure. But I think that the whole surgical operation of this game coming out is just in general concerning. Like, you have to go and have everything be perfect. It's going to come out when it's perfect. I will feel confident that GTA 6 is going to hit that date when it is in my hand and going into my PS5. That is the only time that I'm going to go, yeah, like that's it. Like until that happens, it could be a day beforehand, and I could be like, we're not getting this game. I don't care. It's on the disc. They'll have a day one patch. It's going to release in March. Also, the fact that they really want this to be this year. There's a lot of reporting about like wanting to get it on this fiscal year and everything. They do have a couple more months of leeway if they want to go and push this thing into February or March for a fiscal year.
Right.
Wouldn't be shocked if it moves there.
I would not be shocked if I'm playing this in November. I also would not be shocked if I'm playing it next year in May.
Yep.
I think, and whenever it comes out, it comes out. There's so much to play in the meantime.
The hard part is every single day is a day that we get closer to GTA 6, but also every single day feels like at any moment I can get a Instagram DM from you with a post being like GTA 6 is delayed again.
Right.
Like, so it's pure nonsense. If anyone tells you, by the way, that GTA 6 is for sure coming out in November, I mean, we saw it with the May date for the CEO being like, it's coming out this day. And it's like, nobody knows. I firmly believe that there's not a single soul right now, even the people that are working on this game, that fully can be like, oh, with 100% certainty it's coming out in November. Also with 100% certainty that it's not coming out in November. Because the second that this team, I would say this with the utmost confidence, the second that this team thinks we're not going to hit that date, they'll delay it. And they'll let the people know as soon as possible. You don't want to have more marketing budget going into something that you know you're not going to hit.
When do we see this game next?
Random trailer in April, I want to say, with gameplay.
I think,
or you could do September into November.
I think summer, and we see like a full actual breakdown.
I would be so excited. I'd be so
Because they
excited.
did that for Red Dead, right?
Yeah,
Where they're
I
like,
feel like there
this
was
is the world of Red Dead Redemption 2, and you do like a mission, or they go into the ins and outs of a lot of little systems in the game and things you can do.
So excited for it. Just continuing to truck along after the 50-minute story number 1. Headline: Nintendo expands Switch 2 GameCube library with another game. This is Liam Doolin from Nintendo Life. Quote: Fire Emblem Path of Radiance was originally teased for the Switch Online expansion pack GameCube library last year, and it's now been added to the service in its first update of 2026. This tactical role-playing game was originally released on the GameCube in 2005. End quote. Fire Emblem, baby.
It's a big deal.
One, collectors wise, what's the number? How expensive is this game?
$250 minimum.
Yeah. So
like this is a highly sought after game for GameCube. GameCube notoriously expensive to collect for in general, but Nintendo has done a really good job so far with the GameCube catalog of getting expensive games available and accessible for people to be able to finally hop in.
Yeah.
Wario Land, Chibi Robo, now Path of Radiance. These are all expensive titles.
We're going to get Gale of Darkness down the line,
Gale of Darkness, Pokemon Coliseum.
Yeah.
Like, these are very expensive titles, and it's cool to have them readily available for relatively cheap. $50 a year, I think,
So
for
cheap.
The
expansion.
online and expansion pack. Like, that's ridiculous when you look at Netflix and even PlayStation Plus or Xbox Game Pass. Like, that's nothing. That is so cheap. So very cool for that to come over. This is considered the best, if not top 3. I asked in the Discord if that was the case, but it was my understanding before that this was widely considered the best, but that's become a little bit shaky with Awakening and Three Houses for the Fire Emblem franchise. This is Ike's game.
Yeah. You're main in Smash.
I'm going to say that I'm going to play this, but probably not right away. It's cool that I have the option to hop in when I'm ready. And will I buy it on GameCube still? Maybe.
That's so silly.
It's not going to go down in price either.
Oh, it totally won't.
Because Chibi Robo hasn't gone down in price. Because it doesn't change the scarcity of the physical copy. Like, it's the reason these games are so cheap is because they're pretty good. And in this case, great. And there's just not a lot of them. Fire Emblem didn't really break out into the mainstream until Awakening.
Yeah.
And it had a ton of history on Game Boy and GameCube before that. So, like, it's cool to get another one of those games in the West available for everybody.
This is also just, we talk about it all the time about it not working out this way. Talk about perfect timing. You get this one out right before Fortune's Weave that you assume is probably going to be like summertime. Like, you get people to play this, get really excited, and then you do the next direct and you put a date on it, and those pre-orders just go bananas. Like, I assume we're probably a month and some change away from the next direct. Like, let people play this. I assume like 70-hour game. It's going to be a meaty one for sure. And let them play it, enjoy it, and get excited for the next Fire Emblem title. This is also for me as somebody that, like, I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. Daddy's not playing Three Houses before Fortune's Weave. There's a really good chance I don't play Fortune's Weave.
You've never played a Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Connor, you're reviewing that game. If we're getting a review up, buddy, it's going to be from you.
You should play Three Houses, man. You would probably like it.
Just give me 70 hours.
Well, you don't have to play all 3 of the storylines.
But still, like, isn't it like a 50-hour game anyways?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
It's been a
let
long
me know in the
time,
comments.
2019.
If
right?
you want me to play this game, let me know in the comments. But then again, like, coverage-wise, this is what my brain always thinks of. It's like, okay, this game's going to come out in the summer. There's going to be some sort of Souls experience that I'm going to want to hop into, and you're going to go and play. Like, Dustbloods is definitely coming out like 2 weeks before Fortune's Weave. And so I'm like, cool, Clutter, you play it. It'll be on a What We've Been Playing episode. I'm going to do something else. But like, I do understand the general excitement, and it is cool that this is working out timeline-wise, where like, when we talk about the Mario Galaxy movie, it's cool that they have Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 fast. When it comes to Fallout, we're like, where's Fallout 3? Give me some sort of synergy. Come on. What a great like business marketing word that only works in games once every like 7 years. This wasn't even planned, but the Persona stuff, like where everyone's like, it's Persona's 50th anniversary, or 50th, Persona's 30th anniversary. We had some write-ins about this. I didn't have them pulled. I'm going to pull them in now. Where we don't get that synergetic moment. Is that the right phrasing on that?
Sure.
Swish, nailed it. But when people were talking about the Persona 30th anniversary, they were like, it's gonna work out perfectly. We're gonna get the date and we're gonna go and be able to do this, and it's gonna be exactly what we want. And how often is that just not the case? Because we finally got that story. And it literally was Persona 4 Revival still happening, and we're working on some other stuff too. It felt like I'm trying to get to
this is impressive to watch you try to juggle continuing to talk while trying to pull up this writing.
Connor, I'm a professional. Shout out to Perry Steven, who says Persona's 30th anniversary announcement. Thank you, Perry Stein. Persona's 30th anniversary announcement by Atlas seems like a potential Persona 6 announcement. Thoughts? This was before they did their announcement and everything.
And my assumption with the Persona 30th is that it's the full year of celebrations. That one stream isn't like the whole thing.
Game Awards.
Yeah.
Game Awards.
I could very well see that.
Game Awards. Right now, I need you, whoever, if you're Perry, if you're watching this show right now, which I think you are because you wrote in, Perry, I need you to clip this moment. And then when it gets revealed at the Game Awards, I need you to go and supercut my reaction, and then maybe drop like the fedora on my head and like Perry and like do that sort of moment, because I'm gonna be right. That's how they're gonna go and have it be 30th anniversary in Persona 6.
The problem with that though.
Persona 4 Royal
Do you
or
think
Revival?
Persona 4 Revival is out before the Game Awards?
No.
So they're going to be juggling the two games?
Yeah.
I don't know if they want to do that necessarily.
That Persona 4 Revival. Correction.
Well, they were kind of juggling Persona and Metaphor at the same time.
Yep, with Persona 3.
But those are two different franchises.
I think that we're going to go, and it's going to be Xbox Summer Showcase. Persona 4 Revival gets slated and dated for February. It's going to be the Persona 3 slot.
Dude, I don't know. That game looked so fucking early in development when we saw that snippet this last summer.
Do you think that that this is it? Do you think that there's a chance that this is it? Oh, this is the only thing that they say for the 30th?
No. They'll say something.
Well, then we're going to get random art and collectibles and stuff like that will come out from official sources.
Like, you see that all the time with major anniversaries. Final Fantasy 9 this last year. I was like, Final Fantasy 9 remake, baby. It's coming. It's happening.
Synergy.
We got like a t-shirt or something. Yeah. Like a wallpaper for your computer, new art.
But yeah, I think that there is a good chance that that there is basically nothing when it comes to the games front, but also I would not be shocked that I believe that Atlas is one of those teams that they're able to really crank out games. Also, we are talking about a remake. It did seem early, but also you have all the bones there. You have whoever the next voice acting team is. So there was that drama last year with a lot of the voice performances. Guess what? It kind of feels like they had the replacements already good to go, so there was probably voice work being done last year. Like, the fact that you're able to develop this game, have the writing basically already set in stone, have people like with lines good to go so people can work on the game development-wise while you're doing studio recording is super impressive and very good for the timeline of a game like this.
I don't think I'll play it. I think I'll play Persona 4 Golden if I'm going to play Persona 4.
I think that,
especially with that original voice cast, they're so iconic.
I think that there is a extremely high chance that it's classic scenario, and people ask us all the time, like, review copies, like, how does that all work and everything, and like, why do you do it? It's like, if we are able to get a review copy for it and I'm able to like really schedule out the time, but the hard part is if this comes out and then there's like 3 other games that like are all dropping around it, there's not a world where I get to it. But then again, how much fun was Persona 5 Royal with old Two Shoes? Is that going to make top 50? That's a fun conversation.
I don't know. Persona 4 Golden holds up so well. I'm playing Persona 3 Portable right now, and it holds up fantastic.
That's good. Yeah, dude. I how did we get to? Oh, I was like, we're on Path of Radiance. How did we get to Persona? We went down that fun pathway. Headline: Xbox and Obsidian's Avowed is coming to PS5 with new modes and content. This is Andrew Robson at VGC. Quote, announced in the new Game Plus showcase on Thursday, the PS5 version will release alongside Avowed's anniversary update on February 17th, along with a new Game Plus mode, new races, new weapon types, a photo mode, and more. Avowed's PS5 release arrives 1 year after it debuted on Xbox consoles and PC, and continues Microsoft's modern strategy of releasing its games across multiple platforms. End quote. Connor, we're going to bring in this as like a fun little update section of Avowed, and then also Night Echoes wrote in, and they said there are rumors of a big overall update to Starfield, including a story expansion, could be coming and shadow dropped any day now. Is there anything that they could do that would get you to jump back on the sticks when January is usually pretty dead anyways? Perhaps if it's the scale of the Cyberpunk 2.0 overhaul. I want to bring both these things in because I think that there's two facets of the story. Are you going to jump back into Avowed? Like, is there any world where you're like, yeah, I could go for some Avowed? Because we both, off of release, really enjoyed Avowed's combat.
I will not be jumping back into Avowed,
Same.
but somebody should.
Yeah.
Because
like,
Avowed fucking rules,
Yeah.
dude. Avowed is a very good video game, and I feel like people don't talk about it enough. So it's cool that it's coming to a new audience on PlayStation. Go play it.
And then Starfield, they're bringing in the rumors of Night's Echo. Like, are you in on the mindset that you could potentially hop back into Starfield, a game that was in your top 10, I want to say, for 2023, the best year in gaming history?
I would go as far as to say that I love Starfield. I think Starfield is a great video game, and it has great bones. There's a lot of things that I can point to that could be improved on, and if they're doing a 2.0 update, I think that they could get this game up to maybe closer to the level of a beloved Fallout game, a beloved Elder Scrolls game that a lot of people were hoping was going to be in the 1.0 version.
Yeah.
So I think that makes a lot of sense that they're doing that. Major expansion, hell yeah, dude. It's
Coming to
just
PS5 potentially?
It's going to be a matter of timing, you know? I play this on PC, though. Like, I want it to play with mouse and keyboard. I think the combat in this game is,
Oh, I would, because trophies is the only thing that I would go.
Well,
and be
I
like,
played the original on PC, but I want to play first-person shooters on mouse and keyboard, just generally speaking.
You're not playing Starfield third person?
No. Even, like, I don't play third person for any of their RPGs.
I Obsidian RPGs last year, I played all first person. Also.
So am I going to jump into Starfield? Day one, maybe, but probably not. It's really dependent on what comes out around it. Like, I'm going to prioritize a full new release than over a 2.0 update.
For sure.
Though an expansion, a story expansion, is interesting. Though the last one they put out was not well received.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this one's going to be better than that or not. So we'll see.
I'm going to just move it along because both of those things, you're higher on Avowed and Starfield than me. So I feel like you were Mr. That guy for that question.
Avowed is it's my favorite Bethesda RPG, which is insane for a lot of people. But it strips away a lot of the stuff that I don't like about those RPGs. The walking between quests. I just want a quest. I just want a good story. I want interesting factions, interesting companions, and that's what that game gives me. And then I fast travel to the next thing and go to the next thing. Whereas I'm just walking through Skyrim all the time.
I need to toss this out there because I don't think the audience fully realizes this. I'm not an RPG guy. Like Avowed and Outer Worlds 2 were out of my comfort zone, and I enjoyed those games, and I was excited to do impressions for Outer Worlds 2 and review Avowed.
I enjoyed Avowed because it was fun to play, not because of the RPG mechanics, and I think that's the case for you.
And so that's the big selling point where it's so funny. Like, going back to story number one, I hope Fable isn't like super deep RPG. Let that be Skyrim and Elder Scrolls 6.
I think it will be, but I also don't know anything about the earlier Fable
My thing
games.
is, if you're able to just like give me cool weapons, give me like I want a streamlined story. I want there to be a very good main quest, and that will get me excited for Fable when that comes out.
Why not both?
You can do both.
You know
like, but I'm saying the main quest is like needs to be the focus. And if that's the case, because this would be the perfect scenario of this is Fable, we're reviewing it. I get to do what I want to do, which is dabble with the side content, but then just streamline it if I'm able to, and then let you do all the like extra fun stuff and be like, hey, I did beat this game, but I did like 70 hours on side quests and everything, and be like, I played 40 hours and I got through rolling credits and everything.
Alternatively, I played the first 5 hours and I'm like, that's not for me, which I really hope is not the case.
I mean, this game
because I bounce off of The Witcher, so like, we're in an uphill battle situation.
Speaking of The Witcher, shout out to JJ McGarry, who wrote in saying, what do you think about The Witcher 3 rumored DLC? It's been over a decade since that game came out. Screw it. Headline, The Witcher 3 is reportedly getting a surprise new expansion this year. This is Andrew Robinson at VGC. Quote, Polish Noble Securities Analyst Mateusz Krzyzewski said last month that he was expecting, quote, the next paid add-on DLC for The Witcher 3, end quote, to be released May 2026, according to a Polish website. The report follows similar claims from a Polish game insider, Boris I cannot even attempt to pronounce this last name. I am so sorry. Nies Pillick?
Yeah.
Great. Who said last year that the new content was secretly in development at Fool's Theory. This, excuse me, the same studio currently remaking The Witcher 1 for CD Projekt Red. Eurogamer has since followed up with Niels Pillick, who told it that his information was verified by, quote, several, end quote, independent sources, end quote, bananas that we're having this conversation.
I love it.
Connor
It's baller.
loves it. I hate it.
Who cares?
There should not be a single person working on it. Have that person work on Witcher 4. Yes. And
I think we're going to be waiting a while for Witcher 4, is what this tells me.
What's a while?
Hold them over.
What's a while?
When do you expect it?
I think people that are very sane people expect it in 2027. I expect it in 2028.
Yeah.
And,
I think 28, 29 is fair.
And what we're doing right now is you got Cyberpunk released 2020.
But then they fixed it.
They
for
fixed it
a year.
And then they put 2 years into Phantom Liberty.
Yeah.
And so my timeline with this team is 2023. That's when you got to all in full force going in on Witcher 4 dev, and it taking 5 years
and
sort of checks
game
out.
Dev is just getting longer and longer. You have to imagine that trajectory stays the same. That like we're like 5 years for a game now, and then it's going to be 6, and then it's going to be 7. I think 6 is probably the average right now, and I wouldn't be shocked if it goes to 7.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the idea of this. Honestly, I think games nowadays don't impress me that much visually.
Yeah.
So who fucking cares if this game looks a little bit dated? It plays just fine.
Yeah.
And it's one of the most beloved games of all time and has had PlayStation 5 updates.
Yeah.
And Xbox Series updates. So like, fuck it. Give it more content. Give you a reason to boot up The Witcher 3 again and hop back into that world with Geralt.
It's correct. To be very clear, it's a large part of this is I'm not a Witcher guy. I haven't played The Witcher. And if I like love The Witcher, I could see in the way that millions and millions of people love The Witcher. The Witcher is one of the most beloved and one of the best games of all time. Sure. I just don't have that connection, so I just want the next thing. You know, give me the next thing. And but yeah, I do think that objectively is pretty cool.
I will say it's a bit concerning that it's not CD Projekt and it's Fool's Theory.
Yeah, and the thing with Fool's Theory too, the Witcher 1 remake situation, I'm like, let that be the thing that tides people over. Like that would be such a good way for me to hop in and try some of this new stuff. How beloved is The Witcher 1? I feel like nobody talks about.
Nobody does.
The Witcher 1 Metacritic. What's your guess, Connor?
82.
We're going with the
original version.
81.
That was so close.
That's pretty good.
It seems like fans are in agreement because it has a 8.3.
Yeah, that ballpark. If you're doing a remaster version of it, I could easily see that being like a very fun retro. I want to almost say Oblivion style thing. Obviously, it's a different type of RPG, but like I could be down for that. Put the work into that. Don't give me the DLC. Give me the new thing, and I'll be more happy. You want to know what makes me extremely happy, though, Connor? The amazing members that support over on patreon.com/Cope64 at the highest tier. You get your name right at the end of each and every episode we do here. Thank you so much for your support in the month of January. Thank you so much for your support on Cope64 Day. This is the longest list that we've ever had to read, and we are so over the moon thankful for that reason.
Thank you, everyone.
Amazing members like Anthony C.,
Jake,
Knights Echoes,
Caleb B.,
J Bubba,
Squidalicious,
Silent Hills X,
Blake Has a Dog,
Cash R,
Chipboy Jake,
Cood,
Jakey P.,
Pagey,
Pigeon Power,
Tyler,
Sir Shellis,
Raincoat,
Ooh Gracie,
Choozar,
MG Dunbar,
Mr. Munchies,
Farmer Spud,
Rocketator,
Nofi,
Protodan,
The Dankest Mike,
Swampy Bits,
Tristan C.,
Sconesy C,
Aloha Alley,
Scooterman,
Dinkelberg Rules,
Centuro,
Hook'em Horns,
Go Nash,
Neutral Sphere,
Eli the Unusual,
Lunar Aurora,
Easton C,
Kingdom Hearts Rules,
Stooby Dooby Dooba,
Crispy,
DJ Zach Beat,
Uli,
Jacob D,
Big Bag,
Mel Nate,
The Patty Cake,
Bear Pog,
Cowboy Jesus,
Mega,
Yogi,
Damn,
Holden M,
Shane Homack,
Brock,
Voodoo,
Milky Sins,
Reggie Ranks,
Alex the Golden,
Andrew H,
Nathan R,
Master Diz,
Cannon Fodder Games,
Only One, Rufus, yeah,
JMat B3,
Snake,
Ali Benally,
Bikel.
and Kingdom Hearts Sucks.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Casual Gaming News Conversation. We will see you in the next one. Peace out.